Here's the field, ladies and gentlemen, for the Southwest. Number 2 is Charleston, owned by Brindley Enterprises and trained by Jinx Fires. Harry Hernandez at the saddle for the first time today. Number 3, Willis Horton Racing's Magic Grant, trained by Eddie Milligan Jr. Chris Landeros, your jockey. Number 4, Otto the Conqueror and jockey Joel Rosario. Steve Asmussen trains for owners Three Chimneys Farm, LLC. Number 5 is Windstock, owned by Dr. Ed Alred and Jack Liebow, trained by Bob Baffert. Kyle Frey in to ride today. Number 6, Liberal Arts and jockey Christian Torres. Robert Medina trains for owners Evan and Stephen Ferraro. Number 7 is Carbone, owned by William and Corrine Helligbrot and Fleury Racing Stables. The second Steve Asmussen trainee in this race, Ricardo Santana Jr., back aboard. Number 8, Comet Defense, owned by David Burnson, T. Holmes and Holmes, and No Rival Farm. Kenny McPeak, your trainer, and your rider is Julian Leperoux. Number 9, the maiden linebacker, owned by Navagratz Racing Stables Incorporated, Jordan Blair Conditions, Manny Esquivel Pilots. Number 10, the second Kenny McPeak entrant, Mystic Dan, owned by Lance Gassaway, 4G Racing LLC, and Daniel Hamby, trained by Kenny McPeak, Brian Hernandez Jr. Number 11, Just Steel, owned by BC Stables LLC. Ramon Vasquez teams up with trainer D. Wayne Lucas. And rounding out the field is number 12, Awesome Road, owned by Alba Family Stables and Donegal Racing, trained by Brad Cox with Florent Giroux. Set to navigate. 4 minutes until race number 11. It's the $800,000 Grade 3 Southwest. 3-year-olds going 1 1/16 miles here. Good luck. And they're off. Mystic Dan broke sharply today. So did Carbone and Otto the Conqueror, his stablemate. The 2 Asmussen entrants, 1-2. Otto the Conqueror has the lead. Carbone's second. Windstock running in the 3rd position, placed in a good stalking position, but was aggressively ridden out of the gate. Wasn't quick enough to go with the front runner, Otto the Conqueror. Just Steel, a bit keen here. Outside of Windstock, 2 lengths back to linebacker. Then comes Awesome Road. Mystic Dan was on the lead in his last couple of starts. Today, he's about 6 lengths behind at midfield. He's racing with his stablemate Comet Defense. Liberal Arts is next. Charleston, the maiden, is second to last. And that leaves Magic Grant to trail the field with 5 furlongs to go. Otto the Conqueror paving the way here by a half length. Carbone applying the pressure to that stablemate with a half mile left to go. 1.5 lengths to Just Steel in 3rd. Windstock in the 4th spot, now sent along from that position. On the inside, Mystic Dan attempts to get closer, slips inside of Windstock. Linebacker is next, trying to pass runners on the outside. He's 4 lengths behind, making a move as Windstock plummets back in the wrong direction. He's done. Liberal Arts trying to move forward inside of the weakening Windstock. He's about 6 lengths off the pace as the leaders start to line up, coming back to the lead. Just Steel making a big move after Carbone and Otto the Conqueror. Just Steel storms to the front. Just Steel and Ramon Vasquez have 3/16 to go. Here comes Mystic Dan right up the rail, though, with a rail skimming ride by Brian Hernandez Jr. And Mystic Dan is turning it on in a huge effort for the Kenny McPeak barn. Mystic Dan 5-6 ahead, and he wins wrapped up. A dominant win in the Southwest. Second home was Just Steel. Liberal Arts came on for 3rd, and 4th was Comet Defense. And now in the winner's circle, the winner of the 2024 Southwest Stakes, number 10, Mystic Dan. Mystic Dan is a 3-year-old bay colt by Golden Sense out of Mam by Colonel John. Mystic Dan was bred in Kentucky by Lance Gassaway, Daniel Hamby, and 4G Racing Stable, all who currently own as well today. Your winning trainer is Kenny McPeak. That's 2 wins today for trainer Kenny McPeak and his team. Your winning jockey is Brian Hernandez Jr. This gives Brian Hernandez Jr. his 2nd win on the program. Of course, both victories for Brian Hernandez Jr. and Kenny McPeak teaming up, and they won both stakes, the Martha Washington and Southwest, for 3-year-olds and 3-year-old fillies. Ladies and gentlemen, in the winner's circle now, with the winning connections, presenting the Southwest Stakes Trophy to the winning owners, breeders, trainer, and jockey of Mystic Dan, Jade Sullivan. In the winner's circle, presenting the Southwest Stakes Trophy.
A very jubilant winner's circle here with a very happy man, Kenny McPeak, getting Mystic Dan in a nice 11-1 upset. Kenny, it looks like you've got a very busy weekend, the first weekend in Kentucky.
Yeah, well, for sure. You know, let's see. We got a lot of time between now and then, but lovely horse. You know, the cool thing about him is that I bought his mother for Lance and the Gasaways and Banks, and we foaled this colt on Magdalena Farm in Lexington, which is a really neat deal, and I actually recommended the mating for him. So there's been a whole long process put together to get him here, and you know he showed how fast he was in the fall, and now he's learned his lessons, and we got him going longer.
Well, those lessons obviously paid off. Did you expect the pace and kind of that trip to set up the way Brian did, kind of skimming through the rail?
Well, Brian's really great at timing things, and he's good at the inside trip. And I told him, I said, don't be scared to go down in there. But, you know, look, I don't have to give him too much instructions. I think he's just a wonderful jockey, and I'm thrilled that he rides for me on a regular basis.
20 points towards the starting gate the first Saturday in May with Mystic Dan. Looks like you've got a very busy spring ahead of you. Hopefully we'll get to see you in the Rebel and the Arkansas Derby. Mystic Dan getting the 11-1 upset in this year's Southwest.